Good morning, children. Today we will start the new topic of the chapter Work and Energy. The topic is energy. You had studied in the previous class about work. Now we will study about energy. Now, first of all, you know for that each and everything, whatever work you do, energy is required. And what is the biggest natural source of energy? It is sun. Sun is the biggest natural source of energy to us. And life, it is just impossible without energy. So we should know what this energy is. First of all, what is energy? What is energy? Energy is the capability to do work. You can see here, what is energy? Energy is the capacity to do work or capability of doing work. For example, you can take a toy car. We wind it first, that is, we just give keys. You know that in toy car it has, when we wind those keys, what happened after that? It moves. So now by winding those keys, what we have done? We have given the energy. So any object which possesses energy can do work. So what is energy? Energy is the capability of doing work. Okay. Now, as I told you that energy is the capacity to do work, it means that whatever the object has can do work, whatever the object, it can do work only if it has energy. So energy and this work, these two are terms which are similar to each other or equivalent to each other. That is, work is equivalent to energy or energy is equivalent to work. If you don't have any energy, you cannot do work. So both are almost equal. Now, what is the unit of energy? Unit of energy you have studied before. It is joule. SI unit of energy is joule. And I had also told you what is 1 joule. 1 joule is the energy required to do 1 joule of work. Higher units of joule, it is kilojoule. So higher unit of energy is kilojoule. 1 kilojoule is equal to 1000 joule. Okay. Now there are various forms of energy. Various forms of energy. Can you tell me about some of the various forms of energy? Yes, solar energy. As I told you, it is the biggest natural source of energy, sun. Solar energy, heat energy, chemical energy, electrical energy, light energy, mechanical energy. These are all various forms of energy. Now, what is mechanical energy? Mechanical energy is a combination of potential energy and kinetic energy. You can see here, mechanical energy is a combination of potential energy and kinetic energy. Now, for this, you should first know what is kinetic energy and what is potential energy. So what is kinetic energy? In the previous class, some or the other class, I must have told you, when we had studied motion or laws of motion, force and laws of motion we had studied. In that we have studied kinetic energy. So again I repeat, what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is the energy possessed by an object. Kinetic energy is the energy possessed by an object due to its motion. Any moving body, which kind of energy it has? It has kinetic energy. So what is kinetic energy? The definition is, kinetic energy is the energy possessed by an object due to its motion. So the kinetic energy, now if a bike is moving at a very high speed, it causes some accident, so it will lead to lot of harm, or the effect will be severe. And if an object, that is the same bike, if its speed is decreased, it's moving very slowly, so the accident, if by chance it occurs, it doesn't cause lot of harm. Why? Because the effect of that depends upon the speed, depends upon the energy possessed. Now energy possessed by that object or by the bike depends here due to the speed. So the kinetic energy of the object will increase if the speed is higher, and it will decrease if the speed is lower. Got it? So kinetic energy depends upon speed of the moving object. Now I told you what is kinetic energy. and on what it depends. Now coming to the derivation of kinetic energy. Kinetic energy derivation, I'll explain you here so that you can understand it more clearly. Here it's given in your book. There is derivation here in this page, but still to describe it more clearly and easy way to understand, I have just written and given you here. You copy it in your copy notebook. Now derivation of kinetic energy. See, here I have drawn the figure. There is an object, its mass is m. Okay, m I have written. So its mass is m. The object is moving. When we are talking about kinetic energy, it means the object is in motion. So the object is moving and its initial velocity is u. See, below m I have written u, that is initial velocity. Now when the object is moving having mass m, is moving with initial velocity u, and we apply force F on that object, what will happen? Naturally, when force is applied, its speed will increase. That is, if brake is applied, then speed will decrease. But that is, if more force is applied, not brake, accelerator is applied, then what will happen? Then the speed will increase. So the velocity changes, means there is a change in the velocity. That is the change in velocity from u to v. V becomes the final velocity here. See, again I repeat, an object m of mass m having initial velocity u, when force F is applied on that object, what happens? Velocity changes and it becomes v. Okay, and velocity is also changing as well as the object will displace. See, the object has come to the another position and the displacement of the object is s. Displacement of the object is f. So naturally, when force has been applied and there is displacement, some work has been done, as you have studied in the chapter. Work definition is what? Work is force into displacement. So force is applied here and there is displacement, so work has been done. So work done is equal to Fs, force into displacement. This is your first equation. Second equation, you know by Newton's second law of motion, force is equal to mass into acceleration. See, all the alphabets which I have used here, I have marked it and written what it indicates. So you need to write that. So F is equal to ma, that is mass into acceleration. Now from equation of motion, you have studied 3 equations of motion in first chapter, you remember. So from equation of motion, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So s is equal to v square minus u square by 2a, because here we know s and we know v also, we know u also. So we can write it. So your third equation is s is equal to v square minus u square by 2a. Okay. Now what you have to do, you substitute this equation 2 and equation 3 in your first equation, that is w is equal to fs. In place of s, you substitute ma, and in place of s, you substitute v square minus u square by 2a. Then cancel a. What you get? 1 by 2m into v square minus u square. Okay, so w is equal to half m v square minus u square. Now if the object is at rest, that is initial velocity is 0, or if u is equal to 0, then w is equal to half m v square. But you know that work is equal to kinetic energy, because here we are talking of the object in motion and the object is possessing kinetic energy, and energy is equivalent to work. So work w is equal to energy ek, that is kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. This is the formula of kinetic energy of an object. Okay, so kinetic energy formula, what it is? Half mv square. This is the derivation. You can write it in your copy and remember it. Now the second, same, since it is your kinetic energy, what is the unit? It is energy, so joule. Now coming to the next one, that is potential energy. Now what is potential energy? Potential energy is the energy possessed by an object at rest, or potential energy the potential energy possessed by an object is the energy present in it by the virtue of its position or configuration. Okay, so this is potential energy. Potential energy formula, here you can see potential energy of an object at height. Here the object is given at the bottom, at the ground. Its mass is m. It is kept at a height h, and this is and work done against gravity. So work done is equal to force into displacement. Force, you can write mg because mass of the object is m. G is acceleration due to gravity because force is mass into acceleration. Acceleration a is here acceleration due to gravity, so small g. So F is equal to mg and displacement is your h. So your formula is W is equal to mgh. Now W is equal to mgh, but here what is that energy? Potential energy. So potential energy is equal to work, and hence potential energy formula is your mgh. Got it? What is the formula of kinetic energy? It is half mv square, and potential energy formula mgh. Okay. Now, what is the law of conservation of energy? Just a minute. Before that, one more thing I wanted to tell you. Here, an object, here A is kept, it reaches B. See, it's going just straight. Now, if the path is changing, the height doesn't change. The displacement remains same. So, same work is done. In both the situations, the height remains same, though the path may be different, but still the height remains same, and hence the work done is same, mgh. Now, law of conservation of energy. What is law of conservation of energy? You have studied before this law of conservation of mass. Similarly, the law of conservation of energy. According to this law, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It remains constant. Only it can be converted from one form to another. Okay. Again, I repeat, what is law of conservation of energy? Law of conservation of energy states that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Only its form, it can be converted from one form to another. That is, the total energy before and after transformation remains constant. Got it? So this is law of conservation of energy. Now, this can be explained with an example. Here, an object is there. Suppose an object is kept at a height h. When it is kept at a height h, what it will have? It will have potential energy because it is not in motion. It is at rest. It is at a rest position. So it will have potential energy mgh, and kinetic energy will be 0. But slowly when it is falling down, what happens? The potential energy is decreasing and kinetic energy is increasing. Potential energy, when it comes to half, it becomes half potential energy plus half kinetic energy. When more comes down, its potential energy is decreasing and kinetic energy is increasing. It will have more of kinetic energy when it is coming very near, and when it comes almost to the ground, its potential energy becomes 0, whereas its kinetic energy remains maximum. Okay, so here what happened? Potential energy has converted to kinetic energy totally. This transformation from kinetic energy 0 to kinetic energy maximum, potential energy maximum to potential energy high has come in a slowly stepwise process. Okay, so this shows you or gives you an example of law of conservation of energy. That is, in the beginning, whatever the energy, at the end the energy remains same. Clear? So this is all about law of conservation of energy. Further, we will study about this energy and its various topics in the next class. Okay.